today's world of high-speed connection, text messaging, and social networking, we often find ourselves searching for information. There are millions of blogs on the internet. News, sports, politics, and tech. But I bring it all together for you and present it in a relentlessly unconventional fashion. My name is Zenny Abraham, and this is the Blog Report. It's time now for news.
Hey everyone, yep, I'm in Georgia now, the other office here. I want to talk about Hope Solo and some allegations in her new book, Solo, A Memoir of Hope, which I have not yet bought. In fact, Hope, if you happen to see this, I looked around for it in the airport, couldn't find it. So now that I'm here, I'm going to buy it, I believe at Barnes & Noble. Didn't have time to order it on the line on Amazon because then on the shipping and all that garbage. Anyway, all that aside. Hope, in her book, has said that Maksim Chmerkovskiy, her dancing partner, Dancing with the Stars last year, 2011, was rough with her and hit her in the face. He apologized, she says, but this happened. She also says that cameras were running at the time, but for some reason the footage from that incident is not available. Now, there's been a great hue and cry about this. Fans of Maksim coming to his defense. Hope's fans saying, oh, this is terrible, but why did you have to mention this? A lot of rancor. It's also the third instance from Hope's memoir where we've had Hope criticize a public figure publicly. So, just what did happen? Are there any videos around that could give us some clues as to their relationship? The answer is yes. I started following this last August because I'm a fan of Hope's, a fan of Max's and his work on the show, but far more of Hope as a sports fan. And I noticed that many people, People Magazine, other media organizations covering entertainment, were paying little or no attention to her, and I felt it was an opportunity to balance the playing field, if you will, and at the same time it was just good business sense on my part, and also was a way to trumpet the exploits of a person who I'm a fan of, and that's Hope Solo. So, with that, I got started, and what I noticed at the time, as did many other Hope fans, including others that were blogging at Zenny62.com during that time, like Hope Solo's Swagger, I believe, that it seemed like Max and Hope were dating during this pre-Dancing with the Stars tour that they had embarked on. Remember, Dancing with the Stars started back September 19th of 2011 and ran until November, I believe November 11th of 2011, somewhere in there. But at any rate, prior to that, they went from Los Angeles, they flew to New York. Hope had dinner with Max and his family there. They, I believe, traveled to Seattle. They went to a Seattle Sounders game, soccer game, with Hope's friends. So they were carrying on like a couple, mostly for the purpose of gaining PR in preparation for their appearance on Dancing with the Stars. But it also looked like they were headed in the direction of being romantic. Now, how did they get there? Well, really it started with Max meeting Hope at the ESPYs and saying, look, I want you on Dancing with the Stars. You're passionate, you're hot, we need you, essentially, and it would be good for him. I think that Max also had eyes on dating Hope and saying, hey, how can I get her closer to me? She'd be great on my show, she'd be great with me, we'd make a great couple. Let's try to work this. And I really think that was in the back of his mind. I've said so before, and I believe that. My disclaimer is I don't know either Hope or Max. This is my view. I could be totally wrong about his intentions, but my gut tells me, or for that matter hers, my gut tells me I'm right. That also sets up a certain sexual tension if the relationship doesn't quite go the way the guy wants it to go. Early on, the two were getting along famously. It looked like, as the Dancing with the Stars started, that they had that, quote, kind of relationship, unquote, and they were moving along and rehearsals are going well. But starting mid part of the season of Dancing with the Stars, when the scores weren't coming out so well and Max was getting more frustrated, we had a situation where Max had a foot problem, and so this is what happened. Here's the video where they brought in this new dancer guy, and Hope said this.
With me is incredibly refreshing. We learned the routine faster than we ever have because he kept me calm today.
And if you look at it, then Max is talking in a way that is a little rather hard. Like, here's an example.
Dancing the samba.
Don't speak. Boom. Your feet are horrendous. What count is this? 5. Sorry, I'm not asking you. I'm not having fun because I'm predicting Monday. Why am I the only one who thinks ahead? I don't understand.
I'm not thinking ahead.
Exactly.
And then he kind of relaxed after that, but the real bad example came later toward the end of the season when Team Paso Robles, it was when Ricky Lake and Hope Solo got together, and there was one other person that was part of that trifecta of groups to have this team competition, this team dance, Robert Kardashian, his team dance. And there was one segment where Max really got rough with Hope. Take a look.
We can't waste 1 minute. Otherwise, we could go out there and it could all fall apart.
Where are your arms?
I just asked you, but you want to answer my question. No, you didn't answer.
You can't be falling because you got to stay back, unwind, and go right into this.
Will you stop?
No.
It's getting crazy in there. Tensions are high.
Which part to stop? I'm not sure what to stop.
Stop being you.
You gotta go.
Hope when you go here, baby.
Now, you could see there, in fact, right here, listen to what Hope says. Hope says, hey, you know what?
Stop being you.
Right there. And the implication being that by that time, she was tired of him. And whatever happened between the two of them, there were reasons to believe that Max was just too rough with her. It came out, fans made comments about it. I thought Dancing with the Stars producers put it on to get fans to not vote for Hope and Max, but actually the reverse happened, and they kept going. So, because Max, just the show before, had this blow up, if you remember, and he said to Lynn, maybe it's time to get out of the business, right? So, what happened? Is Hope right? Yeah, I think so. And I think for Max to say, or at least allow himself to be quoted as saying, I'm going to sue her, would be wrong because he can't win. Here's why. First of all, legally, Max is a public figure, as is Hope. We have a situation where Hope is writing a memoir about her life that includes a comment about another public figure, in this case, him. It's a statement that she believes is a statement of fact, not of malice, and that's the key issue here. Did she mean malice against him? No, it seemed more that she was pained by an incident she said happened and his overall treatment of her. So in a court of law with these matters, it would be very, very hard for Max to prove, because there's a higher standard set for public officials, a higher bar for public people, that she intended malice and therefore she intended to defame him. That would be a very hard standard to reach for him. Then in the process of going to court and filing and trying to meet that standard, Max would only give her more publicity, which would help her sell more books beyond the volume of books that have already been sold that has made it a New York Times bestseller. So the best thing for Max is really just pull back and say, I want to win. And it's obvious. Max wanted to. We all wanted to see them win. We wanted to see him do well with her, not for her to get another partner. And I may have been a bit more me than I should have, a bit harder than I should have. I deeply apologize to my friend, and I hope she accepts my apology. I think that's the best road for him to take at this point, because I can't see any other road that just looks good. Now for Hope, she's already laid the ground for her future reputation, because in 2 weeks there have been 3 people, her coach, Brandi Chastain, and Maksim, who we mentioned in the book, negatively, and have caused people to make negative comments about her online. That's not a good situation for her. So she's got to really think about, and I'm dying to read the book to see what hasn't been reported that's good, but she's got to think about the kind of reputation she's carving herself and where that's going to take her in the future.